Oh. I'll just wait for a few more peeps to come in. Oh. I might light some candles if I've got any left. No, I need to buy some more. Hi. Hello, Topper. I might have one up there. Let me have a look. I've got one that's quite appropriate. I've just got one little nightlight left because I have them on quite a lot. But I'll get some more tomorrow. So, where's the door? This is quite appropriate. This little lantern. Let's stick this. Shine your light. Yeah, there is. I've just took my slippers off because my feet are boiling and now my feet are cold. I don't know what to do. Oh. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you to... I don't know if I've seen this name on here because people are under different names, but somebody has made another donation. So thank you very much to Robert. I won't say second names because I don't know if anyone wants me to, but... if I don't notice you anyway, because I don't know you by first name, I'd just like to say thank you. That was very, very kind of you, along with someone else the other day. I shouted out the other day. Also, quite overwhelmed, not overwhelmed, but loving the beautiful comments people are leaving, and even people that I haven't seen leave comments before. Very uplifting, inspiring to me as well, to carry on doing what I'm doing, even though sometimes I think, does anyone get what I'm talking about? Because you're saying I'm inspiring you and you're inspiring me because we are all one, don't forget. So, you know. Anagram. I've done. Hi. So we've got hi Tapper, hi Mark, LA, and Bam Bam. And whoever else is there that's not commented. But I would like to say thank you, Lloyd, to the people who've made contributions. That's very, 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 very kind of you. But copper mug. When Fifth Element appears, which she might do in a bit, I don't know. I've just watched something that she was in today. Oh my God, that lady's beautiful. And the video I've just seen was absolutely brilliant. And I'm going to talk about that after. Resonate with everything. Because I know she's on my wavelength like most of you are. But like the things we're talking about is the things I've been talking about. I was like, wow. So I was going to do a bit about the Native American Indian hair thing again. Because that also came up in the video I've just watched about Avatar, which I've spoke about before. But yeah, I did say a few weeks ago, you know, I started thinking, what is hair? Is it an antennae? And I've just been in the bath and I've just done my hair like this because I've got to find new ways of doing stuff when the grey comes in, because then I can do different hairstyles. And when I was thinking that about the other week about, you know, is it an antennae, going into Hitler and who was a woman who got in contact with, you know, with the technology, was Maria Orsich, if that's the right name, I don't know. But she was in the Vril Society, who believed she was getting in contact with, you know, alien contacts, other beings, whatever you want to call it, different energies, whatever, with the hair. And in those days, yeah, you can never see them properly, but they are there, believe me. Everyone's like, you're not going grey. I'm like, no, I am. And in those days, like grow your hair really long. A lot of young girls do that now. Look, grow their hair really long. I know in other cultures they do have long hair. They don't cut it because it's seen as like sacred and all that, which now is beginning to make a lot of sense of these other, Eastern countries and stuff like that. So I'm getting them to, yeah, we all get them with a bit of wisdom. So she said she used to grow her hair really long like a horsetail because it's like an antennae. I remember what I was saying the other day about an antennae. And then when fashion came in, fashion, to cut your hair and have shorter hairstyles, women, even men, because even when men didn't have longer hair, like way back when, like Vikings, Native American Indian, all that sort of stuff, there were still times when they had, sort of longish, sort of hair, whatever you want to call it. But all going back to that again of the hair and the antennae thing, and she said, they had all these fashions that came in and you cut your hair off and you're like cutting your communication off. Like cutting your communication off, like Avatar. And the hair, like I said, when their long hair with the plait in it had like an antennae, and that's what the video I'll tell you about in a bit with Fifth World in it. Hi, July. The sort of fibrous bits connected with the fibrous bits of the animal's fibrous bits in their hair, because it was like a connection, and that's how they got the horse thing in Avatar to do what it wanted them to do, and also in with the flying dragony bird things that they flew on, which also makes me think of the film Avatar and what they go on about in some people talking about, alien crafts that are like alive, and they can, if you get in them, you just think about where you want to go and it takes you there. It was a bit like Flight of the Navigator, I should say. Flight of the Navigator. Where did they get all that knowledge from? Thinking about that film. That's what makes me think. So I did take some screenshots. So I was saying earlier on today, when I was younger, you would have heard this before because I said I was going to repeat it. The film Never Ending Story, because it's like a never ending story, cycles. There's a dragon in that as well. Also, the luck dragon. Also, there's different elements and things in that film. Makes me really want to go and watch it again. But also the two boys in it, the one who's reading the story, going through it, who's involved in it, and then Atreyu, the little Indian boy in it. That's when I was younger. That's the one I quite fancied. The little Indian boy, I thought he was cute, than the other one. And I was also saying when my granddad used to watch westerns, because we used to watch a lot of westerns. And we used to go to my nana and granddad's for 6 weeks in the holidays, and when we used to watch westerns, one of my granddad's westerns, every day, with John Wayne and whoever else was in it. And then, obviously, the modern version, I liked Young Guns, the film Young Guns with Emilio Estevez, but I didn't fancy Emilio Estevez. I fancied the Indian guy. Don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was his hair, I don't know, but I liked the Indian guy in it. And I was showing a picture of this guy who obviously must be a model because he is very good looking. But even with long hair, like some people go, oh, it's a bit girly, oh, it's a bit this. Like people call people soy boys today who have top knots. I actually like top knots. I think long hair on a man is nice as well. As having no hair, because I like baldies as well. But long hair, but this guy, hair, man, woo. You're telling me that doesn't look like a man? Some people might go, it's very feminine. No. It's like, oh my God. If I was younger. Stunning. Oh my God. Guy with long hair. I know he's younger, but like stunning. Native American Indian. And it was more like the truth about why they keep the hair long. And I did say, I knew about the story of, I know it's on here, but basically I don't need to read it out because I'll read some bits out because I found some other bits out. Back in the day when they were taking these Native American Indians into the army because they knew they were good trackers, because they worked with the earth and they knew how to track things very well. I like the silver feather earring. It's not silver, it's gold. Well, no, it's gold. It's not real gold. It's pretend. It's not gold, actually. It's like a copper colour. Oh, no, what is it? Well, it's like a rose gold copper colour. It's not real rose gold or copper. I know I said I don't like gold, but it's more like a copper, really. I have two, but I like to wear earrings different. Like, I've got two earrings in one hole here. They're just... This one I made. I don't like wearing the same earrings in my ear. I want more studs, because I've only got two. I want one in there, yeah. Hi, Sue. Fifth Element, Bruce. Yes! Oh, yeah, Fifth Element. I mean, that's a good film. What's all that about? What was it? Aliens. And what was the last element that they were looking for? Was it love? Oh, yeah, coming together. Was it love? Oh, yeah, Bruce Willis with a bald head. Any day, yeah. So, the baldies and the long hairdies. But the story goes, so they wanted these Native American Indians to join the army because they could track and stuff like that. They needed that. Oh, it's on 17. And also, but there was a military haircut, wasn't there? So they had to have it short. So they realised when they recruited these Native American Indians, they were brilliant. But as soon as they had their haircut, because it was standard, policy, whatever you call it, in the army, all that sort of knowledge, the knowledge of tracking and stuff like that, they weren't as good. And they had they did tests where, I don't know if it was a written test, but they were good at it. But as soon as that hair was cut, someone found out about this and started growing the hair. They realised in the end and let them grow the hair back. And when they recruited them, they made it so they didn't cut their hair. So they didn't have to cut their hair because they knew they had this sixth sense. Antennae, that's what I say. That's what I have been saying. That's what I was thinking about when I was in the garden a few weeks ago, or the other week when I was talking about this, and the other day when I was looking at roots, when I was pulling weeds out, because I was thinking with myself in the garden, like, oh yeah, root system, yeah, avatar, tree system, connection to the earth, we've got connection up there as well. These little root systems. We have hair all over us, but I will talk about that bit again of the root system thing. But yeah, so they realised that's what they did, and they realised that when they left these Indians with long hair, say they did tests where they'd be asleep in the campfire. When they had long hair, they knew before if a predator was coming or someone coming to kill them, like an enemy. They knew, but when they had the haircut, they couldn't perceive it quick enough before getting attacked, but they could before when they had long hair. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And like I said, I was watching the Pleiades story behind, is that what they called the bear? Or the Seven Sisters, or whatever. I was quite shocked to find out today as well. When I meditated the other day, I kept getting the number 7, like I said the other day, and I was laughing because top 77 is 777. And I've got this ring that I've had for ages with 7, randomly got it from, I can't remember, 7 stones in it. I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Some are white and some are blue, the stones in. I thought I'd wear it, with my nails. And I was like, 7. Well, what was 7? 7. Then I'm thinking, oh my God, 7 sisters. Is that not the Pleiadian star system thing that I have seen in the sky that I was looking at the other day and thought, is that it? And I thought, I think that is it. Oh yeah, 7 sisters. Connecting with the Native American Indians, connecting with what's going on? Was I getting a download? And also, if I can find the book, I'm going to find it. If I can find this now quickly, it's going to freak me out if it's on it. Right, I can't find it. I have got a book. I don't know if you remember the other day. 7 brides for 7 brothers, yeah. I've seen that as well. I've got a book. I thought it was on my... Just let me check it's not on this one. I thought I'd written it on this one. I might not have done, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, no, because I've written it at the back of the book. I'm sure I did. And it's not on this one. So I think I've got another pink one. So I think it's on the other pink one. So I'm going to have to find it and check, because if it's got what I think it's got on it, I'm going to be like, oh my God. Oh, thank you, Sue. I've just been in bath. I've just plaited it on the side. I need to find new hairstyles when this grey starts coming in more. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my slippers on the floor, trying to put my foot in my slipper. Because you remember when I said I was meditating the other week or whatever it was, and I kept seeing like dots and lines. Looks a bit like, you know, when you see a star system thing, and I thought, well, I can't remember the pattern, but I'm thinking, I thought now taking a picture of the Seven Sisters on my phone off here, I thought it looked like this, so I do need to find it. If it matches up, I'll be like, oh my god, something was telling me. Just let me find it. If anyone gets what I'm talking about. This. I was drawing a shape the other day that I saw in my head. You know, like you get dots like this. This is the Pleiadians. But it had lines connecting, and I thought did it look a bit like that? I'm thinking, was it? So now I need to find this book. I'm on the hunt for this book because I can't remember what I've written in the back of a book. I just grabbed something that I either draw in or stick on, and I did it in the back. Yeah, the Big Dipper, and I was like, ooh, yeah. Was that what I was drawing? I don't know. I've also been laughing because I put Star Trek on before. Fifth Element in the video she was in was talking about Star Trek, you know, because they've got stuff in there and they're all going on about the reptilians at the minute, the one I was watching. The old Star Trek, they went to a planet called Triskelion. That's the book that I picked up in the charity shop the other day, and I was like, yeah. I haven't read all of it yet. I might read some more tonight. And in this planet, they had, what does this make you think of? In this planet, they had Captain Kirk got captured and the guns didn't work and everything. And they had collars on because they were like slaves. But the people there didn't think they were slaves. But he was saying, but you are. And they were controlled by these things. And they had little triangles on here. And I thought, well, that's what we are, aren't we? And they called them what were they called? The providers, they were called. The providers. And that was just weird because I thought, well, that's a book I picked up the other week, a couple of weeks ago, called The Triskelion. And I thought, which is to do with these kids that are starting to find out what they are and they're remembering with the help of this Aborigine boy. I think that is an alien thing. I've not really got into the book properly yet. I'm like, what? What? Can navigate north by the star. Directly universe is the North Star. Yeah, I'm just like, ooh. So I just keep finding all these things and I'm like, oh my god. I call it the Federal Reserve. What? But yeah, I'm like, oh my god. It was a planet prison. Sound familiar? Does to me. What else was? Oh yeah, so I'm on the Indian thing. I'm going off the thing now. Yeah, so the Indian thing. I don't know if people know that story about the army and when they were cutting the hair, and it was cutting them off to their spiritual sixth sense. I'm just seeing what else I got because I was like, yeah, grow your hair long, people. Grow it long and grow it strong. What else? I'm just trying to find one. There was one about like straight hair, curly hair. So let me see which one it is. I want to read some bits out. Oh yeah, that was a military haircut. Yes, they were testing on what happened with long hair and what happened with short hair. They had more knowing of things that were happening and more senses when they had long hair. So to me, it's like an antennae, isn't it? Of course it is. Fairies, elements, healthy hair and elements. Where is it? Hair is the physical manifestation of our thoughts and an extension of ourselves. You know when they say crown and glory, if you're looking after yourself, you're going to have shiny, good hair, aren't you? Like dogs doing that when you're feeding them. Well, they have shiny hair, don't they, if you get what I'm saying? So pure, spiritual, and sacred are the thoughts of our mother, the earth, that her hair grows long and fragrant. The sweet grasses found growing around the world represent the hair of our mother, the earth. These special grasses have been collected by the native peoples of earth to use and as an incense to perceive by the senses for physical and spiritual healing, celebrations for sacred prayer and purification rites, loving all her children. The earth allows us to share in her loving intent and her perfect and purifying thoughts. On the medicine wheel, sweet grass sits in the north position, the place of, I think I've missed a bit, use of incense for physical and spiritual healing, celebrations for sacred prayer. Oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Thoughts and medicine. North Star position, the place of water consciousness. Now I've just read that now. Water consciousness. Was I not talking earlier on about water and the effects that water have on you? And you can pray over water and look at the drink of water you're having right now and put an intention on it, because it changes it and it holds thought and memory. So isn't that funny? Well, it's not, because as I say, you just stumble onto things. Water consciousness, because we're made up a lot of water, the place of the minder of the universe and the soul of man. As native people walk the sacred path of the Creator, God, yeah, I call it Creator, our hair, the physical extension of our thoughts, allows our direction along the path of life. All the peoples of earth have cultural tales guide beings. Example, without tails, birds could not fly, fishes could not swim, and animals could not be without balance. Where's our tail? I'll jump in a minute. And I could not balance. The power of our hair, thought, telling of the strengths of man and woman, using thoughts, hair to defeat evil. Grow your hair, people. Grow it long and strong. Should you remain pure and perfect thoughts, evil sorcerers and witches, witches, I just don't use that word, it's just like, because they had medicine doctors and things, didn't they? Cannot use your hair, well, the evil ones anyway, cannot use your hair in their evil ceremonies to defeat you, for they need the weakest in your thoughts to cause you harm. Believe in the power of the Creator, not in the magic of the power. Oh, I've missed a bit. I hate when I do that. I've cut it off and gone. Magic of, oh, that's it. Believe in the power of the Creator, not in the magic of man. In many countries around the world, holy men and holy women are recognised by the length and glory of their hair. That's what I was saying before in lots of cultures. The cutting of the hair by oppressors has long represented the submission and defeat of people throughout defeat of a people through humiliation. The language and sacredness of hair is taught by all tribal people of earth. The way a people comb the hair, the alignment of thought, braid, the oneness of thought, and it goes on a little bit. I will jump in a minute. Let me see that one was for. Yeah, comb your hair, the braid, the oneness. That's when your hair's braided. You know, like I did. Funny enough, I've been wearing it in a braid on one side lately because my hair's curly, naturally curly. That's a way of like putting it up when it's wet, and I don't have to bother using a hairdryer because I believe a hairdryer kills your hair off as well. I'll talk about that in a minute. So putting your hair in a braid is seen as oneness of thought, tie, the securing of thought, the tie, the securing of thought, and the colour, the conviction in thought. Their hair is of great significance. Hairstyles are important, for they portray and announce a participation, in various events. And I've seen lots of different Native American hairstyles and things like that, and they're really some that I've not seen before, and I was like, wow, even dreads and different stuff, and big buns on the side. in various events and the feelings expressed by an individual. The state of, I don't even know what that says, of mourning at a given time or stage of life, whether one is coming of age, marriageable or marriage, one's age and tribal status. Hair can depict the tribal spirits. Once follows given the geographical location of a person and the spirits flowing through someone depending on their age as a spirit and spirits that one is calling on in a given ceremony. So it just goes on like that, and even says, like, you know, sometimes when they cut the hair it might be through mourning or something else. As when they do cut the hair, hairstyles like seasons change for public, private and ceremonial occasions. Hair represents the pure thoughts of spiritual status of an individual, showing the bonds and spiritual oneness of a family, and defines the cultural harmony and spiritual alignment of a nation. Hair represents the pure and spiritual thoughts of tribal people. I'm just bold. Well, yeah, but men, you go bold, you can grow a beard. Yes, see, you've got your tentacles there. Maybe that's why a lot of wise men do have beards, because if the hair goes there, you can grow it on your chin. Men. Oh, and here we go. Everyone is given straight or curly hair. This is what I found interesting. Depending on the creators, I will come in chat in a minute. Straight flowing hair teaches, if you've got straight flowing hair, teaches of one that can gracefully hold or let go of life. Thoughts can extend in an unformed manner, flowing directly from the source, like the movement of water flowing from the mountaintop to the ocean, and then I've got to find this again. And then the water can rise up again to fall once more. For those with curly hair, I've got curly hair naturally. For those with curly hair, they will have the potential to understand the spiral, the curve and energy of life. Their thoughts teach about the decrease and enlargement of life's movement, the winding circular energy of movement and growth on the earth. All thoughts in life tend to ebb and flow. Native American children are taught from a young age how to groom and care for their hair. I could go on and on and on. I was just like, yes, wow, this is what I was thinking about before I sort of found this. I was thinking about in the garden, looking at the root systems on a weed. When I was saying the other day, we all have little, you know, tiny down hair on us, or whatever you call, apart from your palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. Antennae people, so do plants, so do animals, like it said in there. I was like, do you get what I'm saying? So don't you just think it's amaze balls, amaze balls, amaze balls. So I'm growing my hair long, people, long. I haven't cut it for ages. When I do cut it, I cut it myself. I have a special device where I can cut it myself, a Creole clip if you're in America and you know of it, because I can't be bothered going to a hairdresser. Sorry if anyone's a hairdresser, because I don't see the point. I'm just trimming the end off. I don't get my hair coloured. Can't afford it anyway. It's mega day, sorry. But also the thing of hair is what I was also reading or watched something the other day is, I think it was the Indian guy said, when you're dyeing your hair, it's chemicals. That's why I've been trying to step away from it, and these greys are coming in. And I'll have to find exciting more hairstyles to do as it comes in. I know you can't see it on here properly. These are white. White. Yeah, it does look better. It does suit me longer, Sue. I had the reason why I had it cut short. If anyone's seen my pictures at the beginning, it was long, and then I had it cut short all because of bleach. I bleached my hair, messed it up, and had to have it all cut off. Bleaching is killing your hair anyway, because it makes your hair like straw. It's taking all the nutrients and everything out of your hair. I know this because I've done it quite a few times. I have a picture of me with blonde, really platinum blonde hair. It does not suit me anyway. Also, you know when they put words in certain ways, you're dyeing your hair. Hair dye. I know it's spelt different, but your hair's dying from the hair dye that you're putting on it, if anyone gets me drift. Oh, and bleach. It's not good for your hair. Born with blonde hair, blue eyes. And I know this because I've done this. I'm a woman, it's like mess with your hair, or do this to your hair. And then it was talking about in here, a lot of people do stuff to the hair when they go through changes. That's what I've always done. Oh, I feel a big change coming. I've got rid of somebody I don't want anymore, it's not working. I need to do something with my hair. Women are so like this. Women will laugh that are watching this now. I was like, I need to dye my hair because I need to bleach it. I need to do something drastic with it. I need to cut it off and then I'll feel better, or my life will be changed, because I'm doing this drastic thing to my hair. And you find out it actually doesn't. When I had hair, it was straight most of the time. Then there was a period of a few years when it went wavy. Oh, maybe you was getting something coming in there. Hitler's super race, yeah, what with the long hair? Because they were all connecting, weren't they, with the little antennae everywhere. So yeah, I just found it mega interesting. That's how I fall on things. I talk about something, fall on something else, like, oh, that connects with that. Oh, yeah, that's connecting. Also, fifth world do fifth element. The fifth element who comes on here. Because it's all about the elements and connecting with the 5 elements around you. Fifth element, the film Fifth Element. And the last one was love. That's what was saving the world when the aliens came down. Them things that looked a bit like Egyptian things came down. And it was love that saved the world, because that's what's happening. So I would like to say the fifth world do. I don't think it's on here right now, but we notice she's normally in. It's got a great channel. You should go and check it out about what she's seeing, stuff she's talking about. Proper do gel with her because, yeah. And she's just been on a show called, she gave me the link on the last one of my chats, but it was because I was just like, I haven't finished watching it all, but I was like, oh my God, I'm just so resonating with these people. Just come on. I'm like, yeah, talking about everything I'm talking about. I think it was Evolutionary Energy Arts channel, and Fifth Element's on it from the 20th. Is that today? Yeah, the 20th today. She's on it. She's such a beautiful woman as well, because we couldn't see a picture properly, but she's beautiful because she's on there. Shows you a little bit of her life, so if she sees this after, you're beautiful. You're all beautiful. But the chats that we're talking about is a lot of stuff I've been talking about, like this, people call it the shift, the ascension. The ascension's already is here. It is about light. It is about this. I can't even explain it. If you watch it, you'll understand what I mean. Where the other lady on there, I've checked her channel out, brilliant. I'll be watching hers. It's all about why a lot of people are waking up, dotted about all over the world. We all wake up at different times. There's people who come here going, no, do this, do that, you're not doing that. So everybody wakes up at different times. And actually, it's better that everyone's woke up at different times, before or after now, or maybe in a few more months, because she was saying, like, if we all woke up at the same time with some stuff, I think we'd all be like, oh, this is a bit scary. And there wouldn't be anyone there to try and explain it. But because there's been some people in the past that have already been waking up and waiting for this time, that's what I can see. And more, like, I begin to wake up. So it means that when these other people, friends and family that still are not waking up, when they actually do it, like, what's all this about? Like, what's all this about? We're there to explain it. I've said this before. We're here to explain it because we'll have already gone through it. There's lots of stuff to go through. I did say a few weeks ago, it's like the layer of an onion. You keep peeling it back, and someone came on, like a troll going, an onion. Yeah, you don't get what I'm talking about, do you? You do not get what I'm talking about. And they were talking about love, compassion and empathy, because we're in a world of duality. And I said this weeks ago, it is the spiritual coming in with the physical. It's not normally like that. It's just been the physical. The spiritual is coming in. It's coming into one, meaning no duality. It's just going to be oneness. Oneness is love. So you can't be warring and fighting and arguing and having labels and division, which we have in this world now. When that comes in, it's here, but people are waking up to it, and we're starting to, it's that evolution, that word that you want to say, of spiritualness. It's a spiritualness evolution, ascending, whether we do ascend up somewhere or we're here. I believe heaven on earth, like Fifth Element has just said that, or the other lady just said that on there. I've said that weeks ago. It is heaven on earth. Some people see it as the biblical way, whatever way it is. Heaven on earth means it's coming into one. It's not duality, it's coming into one. It's here. There's lots of weird things happening, like the moon seems to be like a full moon every night. There's like auras around the moon at the minute. I tried to take a picture while it's looked dead bright yesterday on camera, but it actually had an aura around it. There's different things going on. The woman on there, I can't remember her name, has just talked about like crystalline bodies. Like, when you think of like Twilight, when he goes in the sun, the vampire, and his body's all shiny, and I was like, what? I was watching her do it, and I was like, oh my God, I need to start looking at my skin, because you don't notice things, but really in daylight. But I did sit under the light, and I can see it now, and I'm thinking, have I got glitter on my hands? I'm convinced I have. I've got makeup or something, or maybe I was messing with this and it's got silver on it, because I was like, I'm gonna have to sit out in the sunlight when it's sunny and have a good look. Some of you probably do not know what I'm talking about. I don't know. No, but I'll be checking it out, because I'm just convinced I've got glitter on me. But to me, that's like what I saw of her doing it. I thought, oh wow, it's like she said about the pineal gland, and it's secreting, the oneness, within, you know, Christ within, or whatever you want to call it, the light, the love, the light. It's like, well, that to me is like God particle lights. Your body's made up of water. It's glowing out of you. When people say you look glowing, you look full of light. I think that's part of the ascension. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be checking on that, because sometimes you don't see things because you're not looking. Because you don't really look at things like that because it's not what you do. And that's where I said the thing out of fear, and they were talking about that, and there about things out of fear. And I don't know, is anyone else talking on it? Because I don't know if this is working. I think it's working. Things out of fear you don't understand. Like I've said, if beings, elements around us, different energies, you might see us starting coming in and out, which is, that's what's happening. Yeah, it's working. Just because it looks different or feels something, you're told in other places, books and different things, to fear it and it's evil. It's not evil. It's something we've not been taught about. If we've not been taught about something for decades, ages, since thousands of years ago, whatever, and kept us away from the truth, like I keep saying, we're going to see something as evil, or, oh, they're coming to do this, they're taking over, because that's what's predicted in the films all the time. Yeah, I said that before July. I said, pray over your water, because we are water. You can pray over it. It holds thought. That's what I was saying before about the guy called Jav. I put an Indian guy's name on whose channel I was watching. I have said that about before. It's about the intention you put on your water, because then you drink your water. Preferably not in plastic, people. I was talking about that today. We are the light. Water holds light, holds a lot of things, frequency, memory and stuff like that. So if you in the morning when you get up, have lots of water, have a drink of water before you go to work instead of coffee. Put an intent on, or at least have one before you have your coffee. Yes, water has memory. Yes, it does. It has memory. It holds light, frequency and sound and all that good stuff. A bit like the stars, isn't it? The stars. Joke. You put whiskey in your water. Well, and it was just a really good channel. I advise you go and watch it. It was just brilliant. The other woman talked about the avatar thing with hair and stuff like that, which I was talking about. She also talks about when she's done rundowns on Star Trek. And then I was just laughing today they mentioned Sky Chelon, no, not Sky. Skeleton, whatever I said before, that's the book I got in the charity shop the other day. And I was like, they've mentioned that. And then it was, the control planet, the slave planet sort of thing, rings a bell, doesn't it? So, I broke my pen. What else were they talking about? It's the extent, and sort of like saying, like, it's the first time in thousands of years, I don't know how many thousands of years it is, but thousands of years, when this happens, when the actual, because I've said the spiritual is coming with the physical, it's the first time the physical body's doing it and ascending with the physical body. They've not done that before, so that's why they're saying the energy's coming in and looking to see, like, how is it going to go, what are people going to do, this, that and the other. We're all waking up at different times. Everyone finds a path, because some people are going, it's like, no, everyone finds a path, and that path ends up leading to the same thing at the end of the day. We all get there in different times, because that's why I said before, it's good that we get there at different times, because other people can help. And then people aren't so scared. It is the golden age coming. Some people think that's bad because it's perceived as bad, but it's not. And also, even going back to the Q thing, when drops have been said, they're going to be eradicated off the earth. Well, I believe, like some people have said, and in this video about entities and things that feed off, bad energies and fear, especially fear. One of the ones is fear. And once that's gone and we come into one, because there is no fear when you love, there is no fear, just love, they can't exist anymore. And that's what they're not liking. That's why we all have labels, like I've said before. We're all labelled with religion, we're all labelled with different things in culture, all labelled with everything, if you're goth, if you're this, that, and the other, whatever, we are all labelled because that's what they do down here, because then it divides you. It divides you and keeps us all fighting. But this energy, can't say this energy is coming, it's here. The solar flares coming, this energy is hitting the earth all the time and people, and it's in the ley lines and everything, and that's why people are having different experiences, like I said on this video. Some are having the experiences with up above with extraterrestrials, lights in the sky, whatever you want to say it is. Other people are having other ways of stuff, downloads and this, that, and the other. And one of the interesting things someone was saying was about I believe this as well, and I'll tell you why I believe this, and no one can tell me any different because I've actually done it, is when they keep us divided and working more on this planet. So I'm not looking at chat in a minute because I'm just carrying on with myself. All this time I thought you were talking about waking up in the morning. No. Is because we work so much and they want us working so much and we're all trapped in this thing and they're all looking at, materialistic things, this, that, and everyone's chasing this and that. You don't have enough time to sit down, meditate and ponder about life and spiritual stuff because they don't want you doing that. Once you do, things start happening. And the reason why I know this is true, even about Q, which was only, I came on it in January, so that hasn't got that much to do with it. It's got a little bit to do with it. It's when I think things happen for a reason. I'm a single mum. When I spoke with my partner, my son's 3, was 5 weeks pregnant. People know the story. Very hard thing to do, but I did it. So I've been on my own from that time till now. Now, in that time, it's been great in a sense because I've had no one telling me what to do. Like certain stuff I'm like, oh, don't do that, because they might have thought it was weird, but then I would have ascended away from that person anyway because they're not on the same wavelength as me, so it just wouldn't have worked anyway. Yeah, so in this time, it's been a big eye-opener for me because I've had the time, because of my working situation, I should say not working situation at the minute, because of having a young baby, that I've had the time to look after him, think about other things in the world, think about what's going wrong, think about what's this war, what's the news, what's going on here, what's going on, why is the world like this, which I've always thought, what the hell is going on with the world? I've had time to start meditating now and again, did little bits of it, not a lot, starting to do more now, starting to see colours, different colours, things moving, stuff. I've had this time to be creating, I'm on my second bag, people, creating and stuff like this, because I've had the time. They want us working all the time, so you haven't got time, whether believe in time and all that or whatever, time to sit down and contemplate, ponder about life, creativity, go within, create the things you should be doing, creating through artistic ways or whatever, dance, whatever you call it, arting, like I've done. And that's why I believe I'm arting all the time. I can't stop it. It's always coming in. I love it. I do it daily, even if it's just a little bit, always creating, because people would have more time to create. People say, don't know how you've got the time. Well, I have had the time because of my situation, but actually I'm quite glad I had that situation. At the beginning I was like, oh God, I'm in this situation and oh, it's like, but in this situation I've been able to come on here, talk to you guys, arting a lot, doing all this stuff that's just seeping out of me, and I'm like, ooh, oh, hi, sorry, late to the party. So I know that's true, and that's why they keep us away from stuff. And someone was saying something about when this, who else was talking about something about we've got free heat, free lights doing, which will give you more time because you won't have to work as much for your bills on this place, because we wouldn't need to do so much. And people would have more time, like I said weeks ago, with family, contemplating on the things we should be doing, get into that spiritualness of meditating, creating, being around like-minded people and coming together as one consciousness, because the biggest thing is this ascending to consciousness, and it's one consciousness together. And all this coming in, if you understand what I'm saying. I know I don't always think I'm not getting it out properly, but I know what I mean, and I know a lot of people who are on the same sort of wavelength understand, obviously, but we all get there in our own time. but we get onto the same path even if these paths all meet off everywhere. And that's true as well, because look around you, there's different religions, different cultures and stuff. They've all got the same element story thing in it. We all know that they all come together, and when you even watch different things, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense because we're all one consciousness. These stories, these prophecies, whatever you want to call them, were put into every religion because it's the same, because God is one. It's the creator, I like to call it, the source. So yeah, it's just amazeballs. And like, I just couldn't believe I got that number put in my head the other day. I was asking questions when I was meditating and asked for a number. The number 7 came in, realising I've got 7 dots on this ring and some are blue, and then thinking, oh yeah, I've been talking about Native American Indians, so the Pleiadians, and the number 7, 7 sisters in the sky, which I did see the other night when the sky was clear. It's not really clear today, so I have been seeing things, but I don't see as much as like the fifth wheel, because your skies are faster than ours and clearer than ours and stuff. And I'm thinking, 7. And then I was thinking of the rainbow people. There's a story about the rainbow people, elements, spirits, whatever they were, helping to save us in that sort of realm. And then I walk out today, because I believe you get signs in other ways. It doesn't have to be in the sky. It could be writing somewhere when you see it. I look at this white van coming down the road. I've never seen a van with a massive rainbow painted on the side of it. And then Finn's Nana told me yesterday there was a rainbow, but I didn't see it because I wasn't looking out the window. She said, yeah, there was a massive rainbow. And I was like, we know what the rainbow stands for as well, don't we? I was like, on the right track. I'm on the right track. And what does that stand for? So, yeah. But seeing as I've been talking about Native American Indians and the Pleiadians and the 7 sisters, which is Pleiadian star system, I was like, oh, you know. Well, yeah, Callum, if you can get up to a place where you can see lots of stars, it's good, but my garden does all right, but I think it's a bit cloudy today. So the other night was amazing, though. The other night when I sat out, it's amazing. Saw the Pleiadians, saw Orion's belt, everything. Very, very clear the other night when it was the comets or whatever, but I didn't see any. I don't think I did. I saw something, but not loads of shooting stars. But it was great, and it's so relaxing because being in nature is part of what we are. Everything goes in the earth. We're buried in the earth. Everything goes to earth. Everything goes back to source. Everything goes back to... So, yeah, it was just great. So that video today with Fifth World in it was Evolutionary Energy Arts, it's called, the channel, and it was entitled something like The Real Agenda Chemtrails, but it was from today, the 20th. So if you look for that, I haven't finished it, but everything they were saying, I was like, yep, it's here. It's here. It's not coming, it's here. This is why people are waking up all over in different religions, all talking about the same thing, all going on about whatever you want to call it, ascending. People got different things to shift, whatever it is. It's the spiritualness coming in with the physical. They've got to be together this time. Happened so many thousands and thousands of years. This is a big, massive thing. That's why you've got to be on the frequency, because it's just brilliant. And when this woman was talking about seeing a skin look dead sparkling, it was like when the vampires in Twilight, when they go in the light, and it was like, what, instead if you go in the light, you started seeing it, you know, secretions from your pineal gland going up your spine or whatever. I thought, I need to look. And I was looking under light full, like I can see now, but I'm like, what is that glitter? But she said more in sunlight. So when it's a bit of a sunny day, I'm going to have to look, because not that I've ever looked, so I wouldn't have noticed. I'm like, is that what they mean when you're glowing? And I was like, but I saw it on her. I was like, oh my God, that's like amazeballs. It's like, you know, light particles in our bodies, because we're firing on all cylinders, if you want to call it. If you're working on it, it's starting to break away from, if you're starting to break away from the system of lies here, all the lies we've been told, through the television and what we've been brought up being told, and this, that, and the other, through your parents, though it's not their fault because they were told of their parents, and that's how it is. So if that makes any sense to anybody, but it makes sense to me, and that's all I'm bothered about. All I do, whether people think I'm right or wrong, don't understand it, think it's bonkers. I don't care about like people who think it's bonkers. It's just I'm sharing my thoughts, my understanding, even though it might sound a bit mad, of how I'm feeling and what I'm seeing around me and what other people are talking about through connecting and finding other things that you just seem to connect with when you're looking for stuff because you're asking for it, really. And I'm just sharing what I see. And I want to share it with people because I know most of you on here, whether it's through the Q stuff as well and other stuff, are on the same wavelength. Q and that movement is still what helped wake me up as well. It's still a part of that waking up system because there's a lot of things to do in that with the tip of the iceberg. It's a lot to do with everything. More of like the materialness because it's about the governments and the Federal Reserve and all that sort of stuff and the things that keep us in control. It's that side of it. So yeah, we do need to know about that. And then we also need to know about the spiritualness and beings and stuff like that, which is still in the queue because that's what JFK knew. You know, one of the reasons why he got assassinated to do with the Federal Reserve and stuff. Well, I did talk about Never Ending Story at the beginning. If you were at the beginning listening, was you at the beginning listening? I said Never Ending Story, Never Ending Story. It's a cycle of life. You've got the dragon in there, Atreyu, the Native American Indian, which I said I fancied when I was younger. Yes, and I just did say at the beginning of this, I need to go and see that again. It's all in stories, as we know. Never Ending Story. It's a cycle of life. This cycle comes every so many thousands of years, I believe. This is why it's so important for people to get on this wavelength, to watch what you're eating. I know it's hard. I'm finding it hard, but even if you're making an effort, at the end of the day, the triangle is mind, body, and spirit. They've all got to be working together. It's like I said, if you've been eating meat and you've been eating beef and this sort of stuff, it's very hard to come off. I'm trying to go that way again, even though everything's alive, plants are alive, you eat them. But at the minute, I only really eat chicken and eggs. I don't eat beef. I don't eat lamb. And I rarely have pork, so it's mainly chicken and eggs, and then obviously fruit and veg. So I believe it's a bit more than that. I don't know, but I just know, yeah, the reason why the information's a never-ending story is because it's the same thing that happens all the time. People have got to rise up. They go to sleep. They've got to rise up. They've got to wake themselves up though, and they've got to be ready. Oh, that's good. I did a bit of it and then I went a bit off it and then I just find it hard in my situation at the minute. But I'm thinking, at least I'm not eating because I watched something on food before about meat and animal. Well, I know about that, but beef. Because in certain cultures, like I said, they don't eat cows because they quite like it's like eating it. You know what I mean? I'm not going into that because there's a lot of people that do still eat meat. And that's up to you, but I'm glad I'm only on the chicken and fish and egg thing, really. And, I might come down from that. Like I said, it's hard. We've been programmed, long time, adverts and things like that all the time. I've never been one of them who's at McDonald's all the time. Don't ever go. That's very, very rare occasion. And I'd never go now anyway because of, no, hi. So, but once you start looking into things and looking at all sorts of different things, that's when you start to change well and things start to change and things start to change slowly. It's not for someone to go, well, I need to stop eating meat or I need to stop drinking coffee. Like I'm trying to stop drinking coffee. I've gone to one a day. I've got my water and my fruit tea because it is hard. It's an addiction, isn't it, with everything else in this world, with the material things. So one a day is better than four a day. I never really used to drink coffee anyway. It was only since one a day is better than four a day. I never really used to drink coffee anyway. It was only since I had my youngest one. But water is the spice of life. Cup. And it's hard. So, but as long as if anyone's looking into certain stuff, little steps at a time. You can't just go, oh, tomorrow I'm being vegan. Straight away. I mean, some people do, but some people it's hard. Hi. I saw the Donald Trump thing with the two turkeys. Was it peas and carrots? I was I was looking for signs, me. I'm like, what's Melania's coat got on it? She got a mad pattern going on. I thought it was a Q there because she had a few O's on it. She had a few funny circles on the back of her coat. So I need to watch that again because I was like, is it an encrypted Q? Because she had a dress on once that looked like it had a Q in it. So I was like, yeah, peas and carrots. The other turkeys have been saved. But yeah, I'm long-term vegetarian and adding meat back into my diet greatly improved my health. Yeah, and I think if you're going to eat meat, I think it's just that consciousness of consuming. A lot of people consume too much. Not everybody consume too much meat, or maybe certain meats and stuff. So if there's too much consuming, there's too many animals being killed in certain ways, which they don't need. Like they said, I think it was today, even India were starting to, they distribute meat and stuff, and they don't, well, they didn't really kill cows, did they? Because they see the mistake, but all this stuff going on because of other people, like our countries in America and that. So we're greedy, and we want all this, and all this, when really we don't need too much of it. Too much of it. We eat too much of the wrong things. That's all I'm saying. My spirit is changing the world so I can be stronger than others, because the world can change into a perfect world. Thank you. That's a beautiful thing to say, and that's what I believe as well. If your spirit is strong in love as well, and you want something for the world, it will start beginning to change the world. I just see it anyway happening. I see it over the internet. I see it out with people wanting to change, because like I said, you've got to be what you want to see in the world. You can't be looking at something and putting the blinkers on when you know it's wrong. If you want peace and all this stuff in the world, love in the world, you've got to be that as well, and you've got to put it out there. Because then other people will see what you're like, and then they'll be like, well, I want to be like that. How do I be like that? Right, I need to start looking at the way I'm doing things. Am I watching too much TV? Because you don't really need to watch that. That's why I have more time to do art and crafts and stuff, because I don't watch TV. You're slumped in front of the TV watching that. Yes, I do watch YouTube when I'm trying to find out things. I use it as like a radio. I'm listening to certain people. And this is why people sometimes say, oh, you're watching too much. Well, no, I like to listen, because I like to listen to what people of the world, as we can connect with people around the world on this, are saying. Then you know the world's waking up, because they all seem to be talking about the same thing. One consciousness. That's why I listen to a lot of it. I can be listening or I am creating. But that's what I see. That's the truth that I see. Might not be anybody else's, but it's the truth that I see. I think if you're very strong in heart and passionate, you see. Yeah, but they say that's wrong, Callum. It's not by the same people who own YouTube own the media. What's that got to do with it? That doesn't matter. I'm not from the media, so that to me is a bit of a daft thing to say. Yes, they might own YouTube because they are censoring people. I don't work for them. I don't get paid off them. You don't get what I'm talking about. There's people on the internet making good videos, like the one Fifth World, that channel with Fifth World's just gone over, talking about these things. So yeah, we know who the media's run by. We know all medias, be it social media and YouTube and Facebook and everywhere, platforms, we know who they're run by. That's why they're trying to censor people. But there's still people talking about stuff. By the way, the world's changing. Facebook went down, certain things went down. It will get rebooted, and if YouTube goes down, it will be reset on something else, or there'll be something new out where people are talking, because it's about getting the truth out, because that's the way it will go. Like I said, if I disappear on air and something new comes out, I'll still be Dolly Daydream, so everyone can come and find me. So yeah, we all know about that. We're all awake to the fact that who owns it, what Soros and above, we all know. But the people on it, the people on here talking about stuff are not owned. We're not owned by them. Well, I am talking about things that are worth censoring, because it will be soon, because we're in the UK. The big thing about Q and stuff is being trying to be censored and stuff like that. But but then again, we know what you are. So bye. Always coming on here all the time, going on. You just make me laugh. Thank you. Do you know what I mean? It just makes me laugh. Used to follow Q. We know about the big corporations, even YouTube. Oh, you're not talking about anything worth censoring. Maybe because they think, like David Icke, this is what it is. When I'm talking about certain stuff like aliens and all you're doing this, they think that people are going to think, oh, you're batshit crazy. Like people thought, people are going to think, oh, you're batshit crazy. Like people thought, stuff that David Icke talks about and other people batshit crazy. Well, they're not batshit crazy, are they? Well, that doesn't mean because people on YouTube are talking, why are you on here watching me then? You're on here watching me all the time, putting your 2p piece in, so I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's that thing of like, yeah, we know they're owned. That's why they try and shut people up, especially in mainstream media. We know YouTube do it. They throw bots in and trolls and people like that. Don't understand why he keeps coming. That's what I mean, Tapper. He comes in here. He is. Some of the stuff I resonate with him, but other stuff he just comes in. So it's like, if he says all this stuff about like, oh, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 well, why are you on here then? I must be talking about something that's getting under your skin because you're on here. So, you know what I mean? But we all know that about how it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's every platform going. Who the people who own this have been in charge. We know that. But yeah, attention, exactly. That's what I think it is. Is It's like he's saying that people who are talking on here and different channels that are talking about great stuff about ascending, if you're into all this, and talking about truth, talking about Tommy, talking about whatever, Trump and all that, is what, not true? Yeah, it is. I don't get paid off YouTube. I'm not even a massive YouTube, do you know what I mean? I'm not one of these ones who's got millions or thousands. Just like, get a grip. We all know that anyway, it's nothing new under the sun. But that's why people are talking more and more about truth. But I think they see it as like, oh, they're talking rubbish. But I do believe, if the people are getting taken down, the people of the CEOs or whatever you call it, that are in places like YouTube, that will get taken down and good people will be put in. Because it's a big community on YouTube. It'll lose a lot of money with people. They could still use it. It can be used for the good. Like I said, technology can use with bad. They can use for good. Or people will leave YouTube and they'll go on Twitch or something else, or some new design that I did hear someone talking about called something else. They'll bring that out and everyone will leave this and then they won't be getting the money, will they? Yeah, I think so. So it's like, if we do move to something else, some other connecting thing, I mean, it might be through our pineal gland, mightn't it? We might not need this, if you know what I mean, energies and all that. Then I'll be on the new thing under the same name so everyone knows where to find me. Find the propaganda in your own head and change it. That's what I've been. Yeah. Yeah, less is more. Get rid of much social media. I mean, I've gone off some of it and gone back on it to sell some stuff because it's a bit hard to, do you know what I mean? But I'm not using it the way I was using it before. Like everyone's like snapping pictures and doing this, like young people and all that. I'm like, no, I'm just using it to put the pictures on to. I thought, well, use them like they've used us. Do you know what I mean? But use it in a different way because I do believe things will change. Like Mark Zuckerberg, he was in the news ages ago, wasn't he? Things will change where it'll be done. They'll get new people in, like Trump's putting Kavanaugh in and getting rid of the corrupt judges. Do you know what I mean? The people will be taken out, new people will be put in, and it'll be used for what it was supposed to be used for, not for collecting people's data and this, that, and the other. That's how I see it. So that was a bit of a daft comment to say, oh, it's owned by. Well, we know that. Do you not think we don't know? We do know. And this is a lot of things we've been told by Q, for the people who don't believe in that as well. But I still believe that Q is a big part of the awakening, as in there's lots of awakenings. There's a spiritual awakening, there's the awakening of the 3D world here in the material, what's been going on with the outside, or I call it, with Hillary and Obama and all that sort of stuff we're starting to see. It's all coming out now. And all the fantastic bits like JFK Jr. on that, and then you've got the spiritual because it has to come in this time. JFK Jr. on that, and then you've got the spiritual because it has to come in this time. This time is the same as the biggest time. It's not happened before where the physical's actually ascending with the spiritual. They've got to come together. That's how we work properly. That's how I see it. Ruth Jungsbing will be next. Ruth Jungsbing will be next. Yep, she will. Yeah, so, and I know that's why people come here. So it's like, why are you here then? What am I doing deceiving people? I know I'm not deceiving people because I know people can see it themselves because when you're experiencing certain things and going through a change, if that's what you want to call it, of frequency or whatever you want to call it, or you're feeling you're changing for some reason, that's when you know someone's talking the truth because you're like, yeah, I've had that experience, or I'm starting to think like that. If you're not resonating with a channel, it's because you just think, no, it's not resonating because you know it's not true, really. It's your intuition. If you're resonating with something or someone, even if you don't believe all of it, it's because we know that's the truth. We know someone's talking the truth because you're experiencing it. So all these bots, trolls that come on, it's because they're not experiencing it because they're not evolving at the minute. They're not doing that. They're not into that. So they're not resonating with the person. Thanks, Thompson. Dolly, did you see my DM to you about? No, I didn't. But was he been? I don't know if he's let me have a look. Q helped, yeah, Q helped so many people, and Q kept us vague enough to state exactly. So when people poo-hoo that, it's all part of the Great Awakening, whatever Great Awakening is, because the Great Awakening is not just one thing, and the Great Awakening's bigger than people think it is. And that's what people have got to get their heads around. It's about coming to the fact that the awareness and the consciousness that we are not alone, and there's other frequencies and energies around us. That's what people have got to wake up to as well. Oh, he's not put you in one. He's put. Do you mean like he's put you in one, as in saying you're rubbish? Because he's going after everybody at the minute, and that's why me and my dad think he's been flipped, because he even was shouting out Santa Claus America, the JFK Jr. person, and people like that. And it's like, what you doing that for? It's gone a bit. Yeah, I'm glad you've said that, JP, because my dad said the same thing. He said he's gone crazy. It's like he's been flipped, because he was saying that he was putting his hours down because he was working more on YouTube, and he's on a lot, so he must be getting paid something. Yeah, and he's like shouting everyone out, saying the false when he seems to have gone a bit loopy. Yeah, my dad said that. He said my dad's quite together with that. He said I think they've flipped him. I don't think he was good. I think he's one of them that's tried to get you in, or I'm all spiritual. I'm not saying he is, but yeah, he's turned on. Yeah, he turned on Kellyanne. He turned on Joe Maspose. Asked him why you not following, why you not following me. We were like, that's a bit childish, really, isn't it? It's a bit childish. I mean, it might be because he's. You see, if you go too down the too deep down the rabbit holes, it can send you a bit loopy. And if you're only staying on the same thing all the time, it can send you a bit loopy. That's why I will talk about Q. I do. I love talking about JFK Jr. and I will be doing some big ones on him, because it's nearly Thanksgiving, so it might be tomorrow. And I love all that. But I don't know if you've noticed, I do talk about a lot of different things, all mixed up. Because if you stay on one thing too long, it can send you loopy. And he's just constantly over 2 hours on his last video. I know I'm going in a bit because I can spend that, but my dad said the other day he did something, it was about 6 hours. He takes about half an hour to come on. 6 hours. And he was doing the organisation thing weeks ago, and we watched it. It took him about 4 hours, and he could have just sped it up and showed everyone. So I really don't know what's going on there. He shouldn't be shouting people out. He's making himself look silly. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's done a bit too much, or he's been flipped, or like, the daft thing is, he's gonna get seen. If he has, then he's gonna get. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on there. But he's just going on about people following. It's like, why are you so bothered about people following you, or someone who's you believe in to be someone's not following you? So I'm finding that very strange, very very strange. I don't really watch that channel. I'm like biased on the fence, but I just don't know what's happening. I just don't know what's happening. Yeah, she is one of the best bosses I've ever had. A female boss I work for in many. I'm very deep down the rabbit hole. Yeah, very deep down. Well, yeah, I have been. Q needed be less of a target. Um, but I mean, if you're going down the rabbit hole and just sticking on, like, say you were going on about one certain subject, because we know there's a lot of just constantly. At least I mix it up a little bit, but I don't know. So yeah, I do know what you mean, JP. I was just like, what's that? His video was 5 hours. To about me. Saying your humour and distant. Well, he's lost the plot then. If you're saying that was lost the plot. Lost the plot. I think you can get lost. You can lose the plot a bit if you don't. Do you know what I mean? Saying that your humour. Oh God. Yeah, it is good to have a good relationship with your boss. Oh. This is what I mean. You don't know if people are on too much stuff where they're just going batshit crazy. They were actually on that side anyway and tried to pretend there was something else to put you off something else. Or they've been paid off and thought, oh, well, I'll take the money over something. It's like, no, you're supposed to be spiritual. No. Who knows what's going on? Watch that space there. But funny enough, my dad mentioned that. My dad's quite connected with all that. He said that before about certain people. He can watch people, on air or whatever, and he's like, I've got a vibe about them. And he did say weeks ago, what's going on with him? And I was like, what? And he was like, no, he just seems a bit Like he's dropped his hours, he's working more doing the on here, like he must get paid, obviously, if he's not working as much. Um, and he's just calling people out like Joe M on Twitter, Santa American, who would believe that to be, and some other people. It's a bit like, seriously, and you're going mad on because they're not following you. They don't have to follow you. Like, what's all that about? So, strange things. That's what he will say. He's trying to add I mean, you know what I mean? I can say people are trolls. I'd never shout that out. That's just coming a bit hateful, isn't it? So yeah, I'll be keeping my eye out on that. It's a bit. Thing is, he should be very careful because if he is gone to the other side, he's going to get seen, isn't he, for what he is. So I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I don't know what's going on there. But we have noticed it. I think people are starting to clock it. My dad clocked it. I went over and saw some videos. I've clocked it. I know some people watch him have been on that channel. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's a bit odd. I don't know what's going on there. Don't know if he's been affected. I don't know. I don't know. Unless he's just. I think sometimes when you go in deep with a lot of stuff, what happens is I've met people like this on different discords. They get paranoid. They start getting really, really paranoid because they're staying on that subject constantly, constantly, constantly. Not like I move about with the spiritual stuff and then I'm doing my art and I move about. Yes, I do talk a lot about Q, especially Dave Kajuna, but I talk about spiritual stuff and I move about and I'm doing craft and that. And some people start getting really paranoid. They think everyone's after them. They just start getting paranoid. You're like, oh, someone, do you know what I mean? So you've got to be careful. Uh, where is it on Twitter? Can you not block him and don't engage with him, and he'll just not bother them because I think he's looking for attention. Oh, we're on about a channel with a guy called Angel who's on Twitter, did a lot of things about JFK and Q, and now he seems to be like calling everybody out on Twitter, which we've noticed. I've not really said much about it. I did mention it the other day. Seems to be calling people out who are genuine, saying why you're not following me, and Joe Maspose on Twitter, who, if you know, Joe Maspose was one of the ones that put the Q the Plan to Save the World video out. It's just a bit odd. He just seems to be, I don't know. You'll know what I mean if you've watched him on that channel, like what's going on. I'm not saying he's a bad person, I just don't understand what's going on there. I don't know if he's got too paranoid, he's got he's gone too down the rabbit holes where he's not. I don't know, but I'll leave that there. I'd just say, can you not? People get blackmailed or brought off. Yeah, there's that as well. I'd just say block him and stay away, and don't, if you go on his channel, don't comment, don't go on, don't. I just wouldn't bother. Because he'll soon forget about you because he'll be on to somebody else. If you've been making comments saying, oh, what's up, or what, I just wouldn't even bother because he'll just keep coming back. But I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know what's going on there. YouTube and Twitter. YouTube and Twitter. Oh, just let him carry on with himself. The thing is, just don't watch his channel. Don't go to Twitter. Don't engage with him. Just leave it. He'll get bored. He can go after people because then the people who, if he's going after people who are following you, they've just got to do the same thing because he's obviously just wanting attention and to cause a stir or something. Like I said, it's a bit like the media at the minute with what Trump's doing. You let them dig the holes bigger because they're getting seen for what they really are. So let him carry on with what he's doing. That's all I can say. I will. Was it on Twitter or YouTube? I will end up watching it, or you can post it to me. But that's my advice. Just don't even bother because these people, when they say about the media and that, they're digging themselves bigger holes and it's all getting recorded and everything, and people are seeing it on live and stuff like this. You're gonna get seen for like this. You're gonna get seen for what you really are. You know. He wouldn't be doing that. You don't go after people. He's supposed to be quite spiritual. You won't be going after people like that, making a conscious effort to go after people. That isn't right. I have bits of people not getting what you're saying there, flick a few people out. I don't go after people though. I don't go chasing them going, I don't go chasing them to the channels and trying to say that this, that and the other and using those sort of words. So I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, exactly. Make fake friends and create fights for views. Exactly, because you get, like I said, you get these people who come on acting all, someone might be thinking you might be one and you're gonna, come out acting, oh yeah, I know about this and oh, I'm all light and air and all, and then the next minute, a couple of months down the line, they're all flipping to, I know, I don't believe in this now, no, 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 because they want you to get on their side first. So I don't know what that's all about. He's changed his name actually. If he's changed his name actually. If it's someone who's got vibes about people, and JP will probably tell you. I can't remember what he's changed to because I know he's changed it again. I don't seriously. I've not been watching him lately because he was taking about 10 years to come on anyway. Sitting waiting for people to come and chat for like quite a long time. Yeah, he's on YouTube, but I can't remember. He's changed his name, hasn't he, to something else that I can't. Expanding your consciousness or something. Is it expand your thinking? Something. Hang on. I'm not saying because people follow him. I've not been watching, but my dad did mention it, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't understand what he's going on about. But tell the truth, I don't watch him that much now because I don't get what's going on, especially with the people that he's calling out. I just think, what are you doing? Expand your thinking, it's called, or has he got two? Yeah. Yeah, expand your thinking channel. Yeah, expand your thinking. It's got this. I'm not saying anything, but if people get know about people's energies, yeah, you might be. I just don't know what's going on there. And then JP's just put the Twitter account. Actually, I think I was on his Twitter. I think I was following him actually, but I don't. I just don't get what's going on. Really don't get what's going on. Let me have a look. I don't know. Or was I? Hang on, let me have a look. See, I've not been looking around properly, but my dad did mention this the other day and we were like, what's going on there? Oh, right, yeah. The Punisher. Is it under that now? I seriously say, JP, I don't know what's going on there. We'll find out in the end, won't we? But like I said, I'd just ignore his real name is. Hi. Oh, I'm just going now. Anyway, yeah, I'm going now because I've got a few bits to do. I just found out today. I wouldn't worry about it, It's that thought thing. Don't worry about it. It's going to make you put them thoughts out there of negativity. Don't think about it. Best thing you do, unfollow, don't watch, don't comment. If he's going to say it, just let it go. And if he goes after other people, they need to do the same thing because it's that energy sucking thing, isn't it? He shouldn't be going after people like that. If he believes in, I know he follows Q in that, if he believes in certain things, he should just be getting on doing that. He shouldn't be worrying about who's following him and who's not following him. And I don't worry about who's subscribing and who's unsubscribing. It doesn't bother me. That's just ridiculous. We don't do it for subs. Well, I don't. So like I said, I'd like to say thank you again if anyone's listening, because I don't know whose name it was, or if they comment or they just listen, because some people sometimes don't come into chat, they just listen. But thank you to Robert for a donation on PayPal, and the lady the other day who I mentioned, thank you for that. That was very helpful. The links are in the video I did earlier on. I'm probably not going to write it on this one because I can't be bothered. I'll just tell the truth. It's on the last one. I always keep to do it, and that's just if you want to or not, and that's up to you. But Make it rain. Yeah, what a sing. What song can I sing? Oh, let me pull a card out. Uh, don't know. I'll have a shuffle because I've had all these same lovely cards. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a competition. Never trust competitive people. That's what I mean. I'm not in this to be like, it's not a competition to me. It's just, I just feel that this is what I have to speak about. And if people want to be on board with it, then good. And like I said, I want this channel to be an art channel as well and different things. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. I haven't checked properly, so thank you. Everybody who has, anybody who has, I'll be looking. But thank you. Thank you. But yeah, that's what being when you see it as a competition. It's like, it's not a competition. It's just, you talk about, you know, what it is you're talking about, what you enjoy, what you love, what you feel passionate about. I feel passionate about everything I'm talking about. That's why I come on it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be on it. And it's not a competition to me. It's not like, oh, how many subscribers can I get? Yeah, I mean, it'd be great if you got loads of subscribers, you get paid, but it's not all about that, is it? And what if YouTube goes down one day? It won't be your job then, will it? So, you know, it's not a competition of how many subs you get. That's just ridiculous. That's like saying, are you only talking about certain stuff because I've seen people do this on YouTube. I saw someone the other day, by the way, in the UK, and they actually admitted it. And I'm sure it was someone who talks about Tommy or something. It's like they only talk about the things that are getting talked about, you know, that would make people come to their channel to watch it, to give them more subs. They're not, but they don't actually believe in it. It's just what's big at the time, and that's like, no. Oh, thank you. You know what I mean? It's like, why do that? Why can't you talk about something you're passionate about? I couldn't talk about something if I didn't believe in it, or if I wasn't experiencing something. I couldn't sit here and start talking about how great the Democrats are when that is not what I believe. You know what I mean? I couldn't, but some people will. They'll see a side, because this guy said he takes a side, whatever's winning, he'll talk about that, and that's like, well, that's pants, because you're not doing what your heart tells you. You're just doing something because you're in the competition. You know, there's loads of people like that, but that's not what I do. I'm not on the side of Q because I believe it is a side that's winning. We've won. It's just because it resonates and you can see it, because we can see what's going on behind the curtain. We know it's real. I know the other stuff I'm talking about, the spiritual stuff, everything I'm talking about. I'm just like, you know, seeing things, hearing things. Sound is light at the end of the day, but just a slower speed or frequency. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Zoom! Then you see the light. Yep. And that's what I tried to talk about, even though I don't get it out properly. But I know in myself, I know what I'm talking about, because we know. So I'll just wait for a card to jump out. Oh no, there's about 6 or something that's jumped out. How many's jumped out? 1. Oh God, there's loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh God. Oh, adventure. I'll just quickly go through them because there's loads. You are worth it, which I was saying the other day. You know, about relationships. You don't need someone to love you. You need to love yourself first. Shift your energy, people. Yeah, shift your energy. Shift your energy. Earth needs us, peeps. Oh, there's the one we've had. Be in service to others. See, she's helping a little seahorse. Be your best self always. Reminds me of Melania. Be your best self always. You know, doesn't mean you don't falter. It just means you've got to keep pushing forward and trying. Clear out the old. Well, I love this picture, because watch this picture, people. This is the whole thing, right? Is clearing out the old. Is the old guard is being taken down. That's been here for forever. The control system. Now look at this picture. There's an owl, the rose, the key. The key to what? Inside, where the light is, in us, in your heart, the key. we've had the blinkers on, haven't we? But look, the light's there in the darkness. Consciousness. Oh, there's the shooting star. Oh, what's this? Stonehenge. All these, all this stuff. It's just fabulous. Do you know what I mean? Clear out the old. Well, we are doing. That's why it's going to be scary for some people because, it breaks Einstein's theory. Exactly. The old guard being taken down is going to be scary to a lot of people, but we all need to learn together the new, and we want to bring that in for our children and children's children. Fact. Be gentle with yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself. We've all been tricked and deceived over time, but we need to go back and start looking at things new and what you're doing and stuff like that. Oh, the ideal course of action. Well, we're starting to do it, aren't we? And then Camelot's coming back. Oh, look, reptilian. A reptilian thing here on your head, like reptilian brain. Like I said the other day, you can be like that, but it depends what your intentions are of, do you want good for humanity? There are ones that are good. People break away from certain things. That sort of reminds me of a lotus flower, even though it's not. Loads of them up in there in Scotland. Yeah. Boats coming in. Look, it's coming in. It's not sailing away. It's coming in. Ooh, there's a little bear there, like a polar bear. They've got nothing to do with Antarctica. Don't know. The lion. Jumping Tommy. All the people are coming down, following the boat. The boat's coming in, and they're all holding lanterns. Lanterns of light, people. Get with it. There's a face in the sky, because it's all around. It's all around. So, and that one's great. Adventure. We're all on an adventure. We're all on an adventure. It's a new adventure. It's been scary. Some of the videos I've been watching, they've been saying it's going to get a bit more khaki, then it's going to get good, and then it's going to go to good. Like, we're seeing a lot of things going on with the caliphies and all that. It's horrible. Things all over happening. But through this will come good. That's where I believe, like, you want to say heaven on earth sort of thing. But it is a fabulous time as well. It's a bit of an adventure. It's amazing. There's lots going on. There's lots of good things happening too. So don't feel down about it. You've got to start working towards your ascension. Maintain fresh water. Yeah, your intentions, your thinking about certain things, trying to meditate a little bit, even if it is only 5 minutes. Thinking about the things you do at home and to your body and certain things, the way you talk to people and stuff like that. I'd say I get a bit thingy on here with people. It's just because I'm so passionate at what I talk about, and we all get there no matter what path you're on, no matter what religion you're in, no matter what culture you're from. If you believe in freedom for humanity and earth and everything, elements and beings around all in one, then you will come onto that path, because that's all I can see that's going on with certain channels is we're all talking about the same things. People are falling away for stuff. That's why they say a lot of spiritual, if you want to say new age is coming back, it's not really new, is it? It's because people are seeing what is this, where people saying, oh, I worked in this job for all the money but I hated that job. I work for less now but I do this and I don't buy that and I don't need this, and it's all coming in and I feel much more happier and I'm out more in nature and all that. That's what it is. That's what we're learning. It's all coming back. So yes, I've got to go because I've been on here for ages, and I said I've got to start shortening them a little bit, seeing about, the thing I was talking about before. So, yeah, love and light, people, and I'll be seeing you soon because it's coming up to the 22nd. So that'll be having a bit of a chat about JFK Jr. again, because I've not really talked about a lot of it, so I will be coming back with that. Would you like my earrings? Are a little bit, they're not Tiffany blue, but they have got a bit of blue in. So, yes, I wish I had a Tiffany blue top, but I haven't. Oh no, I might have actually. I'll try and dig it out for Tuesday. So yeah, sleep well. Look into different things about sleep as well, and all that. Thank you. So that's why I said I watched the Yogi Master or whatever his name was in India, and that was really good. And there's all these people all over. You've got monks and different people, but in those stories, even like sending rainbow beams and all that, when your pure thought for so many years, and these ascending masters, I've seen it, the body's just shrinking, the rainbow, and there's all this stuff, and it's amazing world, people. You've just got to start looking and listening, and phew, that's why just before I go, like I said, we went to that appointment today, and the woman said she saw me over 3 years ago, and she went, every time I see you, she went, you just look younger. She went, have you had something done? I went, no, I'm just happy. Like I said, if you're working with negativity and you're down about stuff all the time with your thoughts, it's your thoughts that are keeping you down. Certain thoughts of lower negative energy. It's gonna make you older before your time, if you know what I mean, because it just does. Like I said, the rice experiment. Put blessings on your water intentions, because you are what you think at the end of the day. So see you soon. Bye.